Chapter 12.1 Prisms, sponsored by Batman. Prisms. So a prism can have multiple bases. This particular prism is actually what's called an oblique prism, since it's kind of off to the side here instead of just straight up and down. And it's hexagonal based, since the bases are, well, hexagons. Those are lateral edges. Okay? Again, just kind of the sides of the what are called faces here, lateral faces. Okay, in this particular case, they are rectangular. Okay, and again, note that a prism is described by its base. As I mentioned before, this is a hexagonal prism. The height is always measured from the base at a right angle. So you see, even though this prism isn't going straight up and down, the height always is. The surface area of a prism is given by the area, the area is equal to the base perimeter times the height. In class, we'll go ahead and actually see what that means a little more clearly. The volume of a prism can be broken down as follows. Well, the area of the base here, okay, is just going to be given by all of these squares here. So you break up the base area into all of these square units. Now, what we can do is we can actually make all of those cubes instead. So all of these are 1 cubic unit. And so the volume of this would just be the base area. So the number of cubes is just the same as the number of squares in this case, because we only have 1 layer, or a height of 1. So in this case, if you counted up all the squares, that's going to be the same as the number of cubes. Now if we drop another layer on, well, now we have 2 of those. So it's going to be 2 times that base area. The number of squares, okay, we have 2 sets of those cubes. And we can continue doing this. As you can see here, now we would have 3 sets of cubes, which again, the 1 set of cubes was equal to the area of the base, just cubed. And then, and more generically, whatever the height is going to be the number of layers that we have. And we saw that, as we went up from 1 layer to 2 layers to 3 layers, okay, the number of squares was the same as the number of cubes times the number of layers. So here we have h layers. That